Namaste, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Very warm welcome to our Weekend with Wisdom series. And we are in the final session of this weekend series, which is on the life and works of Advaita Acharyas. And in this series, we are giving emphasis and focusing on Swami Sivananda Saraswati Ji's life and works. To guide us through these talks, we have had the opportunity to host and listen to Swami Brahmanishtananda Saraswati Ji. Namaste, Swamiji. Hari Om.
Yang Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stvanvanti Divyaihi Stavaihi Vedehi Sanghapada Upanishadi Kayanti Yang Samoga Dhyana Bastita Tadgatena Manasha Pasyanti Yang Yogino Jasya Antanna Vidushura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namah Mannatha Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Gurur Padam Mantra Moolam Gurur Bhakyam Mukhya Moolam Guru Kripa Om Namah Siddhanandaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Nitya Suddham Nirabhasam Nirakaram Niranjanam Nitya Bodham Chidanandam Guru Brahma Namamya Sada Siva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmat Acharya Parjantam Bande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Samarambham Acharya Traya Madhyamam Asmat Acharya Parjantam Bande Guru Paramparam. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Namaste to everyone. We're in the concluding session of the great spiritually luminary of the modern world, who not only transformed the lives of millions around the globe, who redefined the religion, philosophy, and the scriptures which were there only in the original language of Sanskrit, brought and broadcast to the whole world in simple, lucid English language. To this great sage of Rishikesh, the saint sage of and God-man, His Holiness Swami Sivananda Saraswati Ji, I offer my salutations and pranam, and to all his prime disciples and all other disciples covering the whole globe. So among the disciples, as we discussed in the animal session, so there is an interesting incident with one of the disciples, all world knows, and he has depicted in his autobiography also. He is none other than the former president of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Just many of you heard it in newspaper articles or in the social networking, and he himself has covered his talk both in the state of Odisha during the pre-centenary inaugural session in 2014 in Bhubaneswar, as well as a talk delivered in Satyananda Bihar School of Yoga. And also this passage you will find in his autobiography, The Wings of Fire. However, why this topic and why among all the disciples, and see how Swami Sivananda infused the power of unlimited potentiality, and not only to only the educated or the people coming there, but the very young people, depressed people, students, people coming to Rishikesh with a suicidal attitude. He transformed their lives and they became the world-renowned figures. And one of such case with the young boy who had a vision to fly, born in the South India, as everyone knows his life history, no money, nothing to eat, and he, because of his vision to fly high and be a pilot, he studied, and while getting admission into aeronautics engineering, because of the poverty and the family's condition, and the parents, father was a boatsman in the southern city, south of India, and he gets into admission by selling the ornaments of his sister. And as the time flies, he completes the aeronautics engineering and appears in the interview in Dehradun. And among the selected persons, when the interview gets over for the post of the pilot, and the vacancies, whatever the vacancies was there, the his serial number is just one after that. That means just within one seat he got disqualified. Maybe he was disqualified because of his health, frail health conditions, etc. However, he was very much depressed that time, and he started trekking from Dehradun to Rishikesh. And he writes in his autobiography, here I quote, I reached Rishikesh, I bathed in the sacred waters of Mother Ganga and rejuvenated myself. And when I looked to the other bank of Ganga, I saw a very beautiful palatial building. I was indrawn to go to that building, and when I entered, I saw many sadhus and mystic people are sitting in meditation, and there is a huge gathering. And one such elderly sadhu is sitting on the pedestal, and I, being a small young man, I prefer to sit in the back. However, during these are the timings, Swami Sivananda is already a world figure, whole world is coming to him. And this is the timing when, after the satsang, he gives appointments to the selected people, whatever he selects. And abruptly, he selects this young man, young boy who has been sitting in the last. And Dr. Kalam says, I was surprised as I was selected among this. And he said, why are you so unhappy, my boy? He said, I had a long cherished desire to fly. And because of hard work and so much of pain and strain from my family and during my financially background, etc., etc. And lastly, I disqualified. I could not become a pilot. Now the conversation is very important, not only for you and me, and especially it is for the youth of today, for the younger generation. So Swami Sivananda looks at Dr. Kalam during those times, and he says, when desires came out from the bottom of the heart with a sincere, unselfish, and with a vision and mission for the benefit of the whole world, such desire stems out from the bottom of the heart with a sincerity for the whole world, without having in selfish motives, possesses away from electromagnetic energy. Any individual having such desire, when goes to sleep, such desires are transmitted into the etheric level, and the next day, the individual having such desire, when wakes up, such desires from the etheric level is ramified with more, 1,000 times more force comes to the individual, and the process continues until such desires get manifested in life. So my son, don't worry, you are not destined to become a pilot, but whatever you are whatever you will be in future, that is already predestined. And he gave some books because he came to know he can read Tamil also. He handed over a few books in Tamil and English. And Dr. Kalam writes that I was surprised with the interaction with the world figure from Shivananda with a refreshed mindset and completely new. I returned back and I joined as a scientist, as you know the story goes. So this is just one example how Swami Sivananda has transformed the lives of millions around the globe, not only during his lifetime, even after he passed away. Even such miracles, such things are happening after his departure of his physical body. I have encountered many foreigners, sincere seekers in the deep of the Himalayas, like Gangotri Gomukh trekking area, Tapovan area, then this Badrinath side also. Those who have never seen Swami Sivananda, they have never interacted with Swami Sivananda, but they accept Swami Sivananda as their guru, and they are expert in scriptures. They are professional yoga teachers, and you give them any subject, they can deliver lectures, putting the photograph of Swami Sivananda on the pedestal. Such is the tremendous impact of Swami Sivananda all over the world. You look into any corner of the world, you highlight to any of the monks or the sadhus or the so-called aspirants in the world, you ask him, he said, okay, my life was transformed by reading this book of Swami Sivananda. So many of his disciples, such, and even after shedding the physical body, the miracles of Swami Sivananda continues. So the real miracle, the actual miracle Swami Sivananda does through his writings. And the miracle happens when you read few lines, you will see actually how the power you get initiated indirectly through his writings. You can just read few lines or paragraphs, you can verify what I'm telling correct or wrong. Few minutes, just read any of the pages of any book of Swami Sivananda and you see the initiation text effect instant. Such is the miracles happening now to the sincere seekers. Swami even appears in the dream, initiates them. And during the concluding session, as we discussed in the morning session, Swamiji infuses the reader or any aspirant to put the things into practice. Any of the books, any of the writings, even in a song or bhajan or article or anything, the conclusion, oh, nectar, son, children of immortality, put these lessons in practice. It goes hammering into practice, practice, and practice. So here, for a better, and the new people, those who have not gone through the literature of Swami Sivanandaji in detail, we will just go through the science of 7 cultures, what Swami Sivananda comprises of, apart from the 20 spiritual instructions, the science of 7 cultures. Swami writes in Hindi as Sapta Sadhana Vidya. I have already mentioned the morning time that Swami has got a huge volume, big volume. The book is on sadhana. It includes all types of sadhana, varieties of sadhana. You will never knew also such sadhanas exist in these modern times, and Swami has jotted out everything in that book. And those who are vigorous and rigorous sadhaks, those who are full-timer, especially dedicated to the spiritual life, they should once go through the book Sadhana by Swami Sivananda Saraswati Maharaj. However, I will highlight in this session now the Sapta Sadhana Vidya, the science of 7 cultures. And Swami Sivananda says, all my teachings I summarize here in these 2 instructions. One is temporary instructions, and this Sapta Sadhana is elaborate on that and is in the detail. So I will just we will have discuss on this, and those Swamiji writes in the book Sadhana book, major governing factors for the self-realization. What are the major governing factors for one's spiritual illumination, God relation? So Swamiji writes, after reading so many books, after reading so many authors, after reading Panchadashi Upanishads and Brahma Sutras, sometimes the aspirants write to me, Swamiji, we do not know what are the things we should practice. So Swamiji gives a very short paragraph message, and he says, these are the main governing factors for your sadhana. Doesn't matter what religion, faith, guru, or tradition you are following, but these are the basic structures on which your illumination, self-realization will happen. Number 1, constant, continuous remembrance of God. Do it by any method, whatever you like. Constant, continuous remembrance of God. Number 1. Number 2, cultivation of virtues and eradication of vices, transforming your own lower nature to the higher divine nature. So this fighting of the divine and demonic happening with everyone all the time. You look into whether it is Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, or even to the Saptasati Durga Chandi, or even Rama and Ravana, etc. Fighting. Everywhere is fighting. This fighting, in the esoteric meaning, metaphysical meaning, is the happening in each and every individual, the divine and demonic. Fighting continues, and the one is winning whom we are feeding continuously. If you are now feeding for satsanga, sadhana, so that you are into divine. You are feeding some negativity, you are into dominating. So though the fighting is continuously all the time happening, but it is getting win. The one is winning whom we have been feeding all the time. So Swamiji here says, number one, continuous constant remembrance of God. Major governing factors governing sadhana and ultimately taking one to the highest state of realization. Constant continuous remembrance of God. Number two, transforming your lower nature to higher nature or cultivation of virtues and eradication of vices. Number three, whatever God has put you, wherever God has placed you, as per your prarabdha karma or sanchita kriyamana, etc., whatever you are doing, wherever you have been placed because of the karma, perform those karmas and offer it to God as archana, as samarpan. Completely surrender yourself at the feet of the divine. Constant remembrance of God, transforming your own lower nature into divine nature, and wherever you have been placed, doesn't matter whether you are in an ashram or an office or a job or somewhere, the human value, the tendency of the divine and demonic, it will be there with you till one attains to the state of illumination. So wherever God has placed you, perform those actions with a state of completely detachment, and at the same time offer those actions at the feet of God with a complete surrender attitude. These are the major governing factors Swamiji puts forth, because when the aspirants write, we have read so many books. I have got by heart Bhagavad Gita. I can speak, I can deliver lectures together, but I didn't have illumination. So to them, Swamiji highlights this. God pervades the whole universe. He pervades right now in you, outside you. There is not a single speck of space where God is not. To be awareness of God, to feel His presence everywhere in everything, it needs rigorous practice. And to the medicore sadhak, he puts go on continuous chanting of God's name. To the lower type sadhak, Swamiji puts the method of selfless service, then to the practice, and to the high, those who have already ethically, morally sound, and they are tremendous jigyasa, mumukshu is very strong. Swamiji says them go for intense, deeper meditation. Nowhere you will get big volume books like this. This is a book I'm just showing you. This is called Samadhi Yoga. You see, the Samadhi Yoga. It is having 300 pages, 300 plus pages. How many types of Samadhi? Why Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says only Stita Pragyasya Sabha, Stita Pragyasya Kavasa, Samadhi Tasya King. Why only Stita Pragyasya Samadhi Bhagavan describes in Bhagavad Gita? Here is a book will give you all types of Samadhi. Vedantic Samadhi, Karma Yoga Samadhi, Samadhi of the highest Raja Yogi as per the Patanjali system or Raja Yoga, or as per Bhagavan says in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhyana Yoga. What? Many types of Samadhi Yoga, and he gives instructions to individual sadhaks. If your temperament is like this, go through this part. Ultimately, doesn't matter whether you are into Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or any method yoga, or you created your own yoga or something, you have to go through the deeper and deeper level of concentration, meditation, and ultimately Samadhi. Even if you are a Bhakta Yogi, chanting Lord's name, you will enter into Bhava Samadhi. Nowhere else you will find such clarity of writing and on the Samadhi, where Swamiji has taken the gist of the all scriptures from Yoga Vasishtha, from Purana, Mahabharata, it is called Bhagavatam and Upanishads also. I don't know how many of you know this book, how many those who are even the disciples of Swami Sivananda have gone through. The book name is Samadhi Yoga and many varieties of Samadhi, 300 pages plus. So also concentration and meditation. Meditation know how. And Swamiji says very politely, eat a little, drink a little, do japa a little, do meditation a little, do yogasana a little, do pranayama a little, do charity a little, do mantra writing a little. A song of little also goes like song of 80 rupees. So we'll go through the details of the instructions, whatever been Swamiji describes in 300 plus books. Swamiji summarizes in the Science of Seven Clutches, and there is an introduction paragraph, which I've already explained in the morning time. Swamiji puts much emphasis on practice. You might be speaking very well. You might have written books. You could have given this called TV interview anywhere. But when it comes to practical living, then you must ask yourself, I must ask myself, how I attain illumination, goal of life, God relation. Where do I start today? So here Swamiji gives an introduction. An ounce of practice is better than tons of theory. Practice yoga, religion, and philosophy in daily life and attain self-realization. These are 32 instructions giving the essence of eternal Sanatana Dharma in purest form. They are suitable for modern busy householders with fixed hours of work. Modify them to suit your convenience and increase the period gradually. This is the introduction by Swami Sivananda himself, and I'm just reading it out. In the beginning, take only few practicable results, which form a small but definite advance over your present habits and character. In case of ill health, pressure of work, or unavoidable engagements, replace your active sadhana by frequent remembrance of God. So first, he takes, this is a Science of Seven Cultures. We will be going through in detail of the 7 aspects of sadhana, which will ultimately take to the individual the highest state of illumination. And this is in response to the question that I read so many books. I have understood this. I can interpret like this. But what should I do? What should I practice? And here is Swamiji's fresh and powerful message. So number 1, he takes this first topic as called health culture. Health culture, he gives 4 points. Eat moderately, take light, simple food, offer it to God before you eat, have a balanced diet, and looking into your continent, country, and the caste system or the religion, etc. you have been living in, you can modify. There is no hard and fast rule, but Swamiji always mentions you can little modify. Number 2, avoid chilies, garlic, etc., etc. Then third one, fast on Ekadasi. Fast on Ekadasi and live on fruits and milk. Fourth one, practice yogasana or physical exercises for 15 to 30 minutes every day. Take a long walk or play some vigorous games. So here I will interpret this now, the first one. So everybody understands the food and avoid the food, but the practice of asanas and physical exercises. Swamiji comes in detail with other books and articles. There is a vast difference between the physical exercise and yoga asanas. And Swamiji writes, here I quote, physical exercises takes your prana out. When you do rigorous physical exercise, you go to gym, you go for a long walk, swimming, etc., etc., you get exhausted. Your life force, prana shakti, is outward. You get exhausted, you feel like drinking water, taking some rest, relaxation, etc. You go to gym or working or etc. You will have proper sweating also. It is good for health. So Swamiji says, go one time for physical exercise in the morning and evening, like yogasanas. One time you go for exercise, Dandabaita or exercises, where proper sweating will come. Then other time you go for yogasanas. However, I am comparing here between the physical exercise and yogasana. So physical exercises takes your prana shakti in outward direction. You get exhausted. Whereas when you do yogasana, it draws the prana inside. It draws the prana within yourself, and you feel more calm, composed, serene, energetic. You will not be exhausted. You will not be exhausted. Those who have compared these two, only they will understand what I'm saying. Those who are practicing this, they will understand. Physical exercise is also required. Those who are not doing asanas at all, physical exercise is must. And Swami Sivananda gives an advice. One time morning session, you go for either yogasana or physical exercise, and evening session same. But keep simultaneous procession of physical exercise as well as yogasana. However, if you are a full-timer, and I have seen many of the monks and the serious sadhaks, those are householders even, both in India and abroad, they perform 2 times yogasanas. Yogasana 2 times. Morning 1 hour and 1.5 hours when the sun rises, and again evening when the sun sets. If you are able to do 2 times of yogasana, then physical exercise is not needed. However, I am also putting a comparison. Now, the internal organs of the physical body gets massaged by the yogasanas, pancreas, liver, kidney, inner part of the body mechanism. It's get more activated and energized. The flow of oxygen is systematically distributed. So Swamiji says there are many articles where Swami Sivananda writes instructions to sadhaks. Sometimes the instruction go to 15 in one book. Sometimes the instruction goes 100 plus in one other book. Sometimes everywhere you will see Swamiji's first instruction is instructions to sadhaks. The first instruction is never stop your sadhana even for a single day. Very, very important, vital point. It is related with the subconscious mind and the mind you are placed. One day you stop the practice. It doesn't matter what practice you're doing, whether a study or asana or meditation or a prayer or a chanting or going to the temple or a charity, etc., etc., etc. Look into your own system. And if you are stopping for one day, then you fall a prey to procrastination. Now the question is how to handle this. How could you manage such type of? It will definitely mind will be going up down. Your food system, you are traveling, your domestic flight, international flight, or you are going somewhere. Some food things have affected your system. You have not slept. So now, in order to keep this system very active and in order, do the practices mentally at least. For example, I have got an international flight. I know I cannot do yogasana. So sitting there in the flight itself, mentally I will be doing the Surya Namaskar, Shirsasana, Halasana, etc. Why? This will be having an impact upon the subconscious mind. And here the subconscious, as everyone knows, subconscious mind is more powerful than the ordinary mind or the superficial mind which is see outside. So anywhere in any of the books of the writings of Swami Sivananda, you will see the first instruction is instructions to sadhaks. The number one instruction is never ever stop your practices even for a single day. Of course, Swamiji mentioned in the introduction, due to ill health or something. So I add here when you are traveling or some unavoidable circumstances, you can modify the routine. But if you are able to do, for example, yogasana for 1.5 hours or 1 hour, and due to unavoidable circumstances, you are not able to do it, instead of 1.5 hours or 1 hour, you have to do it at least for 6 minutes. If you are doing 21 rounds of Surya Namaskar or 12 rounds of Surya Namaskar, you are not able to do somewhere, you have gone, at least do 2 rounds or 1 round, but never ever give up. It has got a tremendous impact upon the subconscious mind. Swamiji says, do the sadhana without fail. Do not stop it in any circumstances. And when we come to sadhana process, his prime disciple, His Holiness Swami Sivananda Saraswati says, such practices should continue for a minimum period of 12 years. Any practices you are doing, never give it up till at least 12 years are completed. Any practices. And by chance, if you stop for one day, then you have to count again from the day 1 till 12 years gets completed. However, there are many such articles you will find the book Sadhana, and this method of putting the entire religion into practice and getting the benefit, attaining the state of sthiti. So asana and physical exercise. And these instructions are not for monks. These instructions are not for full-timers only. Swamiji writes very clearly, these are for even busy householders with fixed time. Fixed time. I have seen many people, I have interacted with the couples also, those who go to workplace, business place by 10 a.m., they come back home at 8 p.m. No way. But they perform one time asana, another time morning exercise or gym or something. So you looking also your health conditions, you have to see which is sweet for you, which is suiting for you, which food you are able to digest, which food not happening, how your peace of mind is there, what people should interact or not. So this goes the first instructions where it comes with 4 sub instructions. The first instruction is health culture. Out of the 7 cultures, the essence of Swami Sivananda's teachings of the Sapta Sadhana Vidya and the science of 7 cultures, the first one is the health culture. Then comes the energy culture. Energy culture, the first point comes to observe silence, mauna for 2 hours every day and 4 to 8 hours on Sundays. You can put holidays also. Then observe celibacy according to your age and the circumstances. Restrict the indulgence to 1 or a month. Decrease it gradually to a once a year. Finally, take a vow of abstinence for whole life. So silence and purity. These 2 things Swamiji highlights in the second point called energy culture. Third comes ethical culture. We have a detailed discussion yesterday as well as today also on ethical culture. So students write to Swami Sivananda. I am quoting from Sivananda day to day. I have been practicing meditation for 10 years. There has been no improvement. And here is the answer. When you are not ethically pure, when you have not maintained the foundations of spiritual life, you are trying to jump. Jama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, you are switching over directly to dhyana. So one has to go through the basic foundations, then meditation will come automatically and naturally. However, for the general people, for the layman, he has to sit down morning and evening 2 hours, at least when there is sandhi of the time. Sun has just set, darkness has not come. Sun is supposed to rise, light has come, or sunrise is not rising up. These are sandhi kalas. And those who are serious sadhaks, they do chatu sandhya. And this chatu sandhya example, Gurudev Swami Chidananda Swamiji used to give in a lecture, and I had noted down. He said, when we joined as a brahmachari in Sivananda Ashram, with us, Chinmayananda was my next neighbor. And he used to have 4 sandhyas. Morning called Brahmamurta Sandhya, midday Sandhya, then evening Sandhya, then midnight Sandhya called Mahanisha Dhyana also. So Guru Maharaj, Swamiji was speaking in Hindi, तो Guru Maharaj ने चिन्मयानंद जी को दूसरा कुटिया दिए क्योंकि वो 4 संध्या करते थे. So the impact you see the people have done in the whole world, it is not with the money or the people they have, it is with the force. It is with the spiritual illumination and the power of the divine. Chinmayananda Swamiji were doing 4 sandhyas, Brahmamurta, Madhyana, Sayam, and Mahanisha Dhyana. I am quoting here Swami Sivananda Saraswati in his talk in Hindi. So, ethical culture is the foundation of spiritual life. And in the ethical culture, Swamiji put the first one as speak the truth. Speak little, speak kindly, speak sweetly. Speak the truth. We had a detailed discussion yesterday. Srimad Bhagavatam, the last word, Krishna Devayana Bhagavana Veda Vyasa, who is still living and be in the physical body among the Sapta Chiranjeevis, Ashwasthama, Bali Vyasa, etc. Srimad Bhagavatam, as everyone says, as last work, it begins with Satyam Param Dhimai. The first original verse of Srimad Bhagavatam begins, and in the first verse it is there, Satyam Param Dhimai. Then the last chapter, of course not last verse, but last chapter also, this sentence is repeated, Satyam Param Dhimai. Let us meditate upon the supreme truth. So here, when putting into practice, Sivananda hammers on this point, on the first point of ethical culture, speak truth at any cost. And then number 2, it comes, don't injure anyone in thought, word, or deed. Be kind to all. When he says be kind to all, he says and he mentions including your own deadliest enemies also. Number 3, be sincere, straightforward, and open-hearted in your talks and dealings. Number 4, be honest, and by the sweat of your brow, do not accept any money, things, or favor, unless and full lawfully develop nobility and integrity. Number 5, control fits of anger by serenity, patience, love, mercy, tolerance, forget, and forgive. Adapt yourself to men and events. So this comes under the ethical and moral culture, which Swamiji emphasizes, whether you call it as called Daiva Sampadas, or even you call as Sama and Dhamma, or wherever you go, the ethical and moral principles are the foundation of all religions. a person are not having ethical and moral cultures or these minimum foundations, but trying too hard for meditation, scriptural study, and sitting in the deep of the Himalayas, it is of course not bad. It's good, of course. It's trying and attempting, but the result, the outcome is not coming. That is why the disciple is writing to Swami Sivananda, I have been meditating for last 10 years and I don't have any improvement. These are the reasons why there has been no improvement. And the next point Swamiji highlights, it is called the will culture. Will culture also yesterday we have discussed, and many of the books, especially the out of 300 publications, Sure Ways for Success in Life and God Relation is worldwide acclaimed as the masterpiece of Swami Sivananda. It covers all sections of success, success in life and God relation. This book is the masterpiece among the 300 books. Every book has its own importance, but this is for everyone, starting from students, youth, elder, older, retired people, for everyone. There, Swami Sivananda deals with a complete chapter. It is called the will power, will culture. And Swamiji writes, behind the will is the soul force. So there is a very thin layer. And these are a very big topic, and you can refer to, there is also free download, you can download on the will power written by Swami Sivananda. However, here Swamiji in the Sapta Sadhana Vidya, Swamiji puts as a will culture, and the first point comes as live without sugar for a week or month. Give up salt on Sundays. A group of devotees came to a saint which I knew, and he used to live in the forest jungles with a small hut. And the group of people, they want to have feast there. They said, Maharaj, we have come here and we want your help. Can you cook food for us? He said, okay, I will cook. How many of you are there? 100 people are there. So the saint cooked the food, and the 100 people, when they are sitting for eating the food, in every food the saint has mixed up the neem leaves. So rice also mixed with neem leaves, dal also mixed with neem leaves, curry also mixed with neem leaves, everything neem leaves. Now the 100 people, those who are coming from the sophisticated family, they are saying, what have you done, Maharaj? No, I was just checking, actually you have done for a feast of hearts, or the retreat, or you have come for spirituality and God. So here in this will culture, Swamiji writes, live without sugar for a week or month. Give up salt on Sundays. And I don't know how many practice or something, but these are coming directly from the Swargashram. When Swamiji was doing tremendous tapasya in the Swargashram sites, in the envelopes which are coming to him, he tear it out, and inside the place, because of the lack of paper, he used to use that. There he writes, wash your own clothes, speak less, serve the bhangis, take the food without salt. These are all Swamiji's handwritings, and it has been collected and printed in book form. So here the will culture, how to gain willpower, how to improve will force. The first point Swami mentioned, anything you like weekly once or twice, give it up. And especially Swami has mentioned sugar for a month, give up salt on Sundays. Then next point he says, give up cards, novels, cinemas, and clubs. Fly from evil company, avoid discussions with materialists. Do not mix with persons who have no faith in God, or whosoever criticizes your sadhana. These are coming under will culture. Had Swamiji been alive today, he would have definitely mentioned WhatsApp, Facebook, internet, and etc. So next culture comes, next point on the will culture, he says, curtail your wants, reduce your possessions, have plain living and high thinking. If you have got 4 coats, keep 1 for yourself, 3 should you distribute. Never keep more things on your possession. Shangraha Vritti. So then the next point comes heart culture. Doing good to others is the highest religion. Do some selfless service for few hours every day, week, without egoism, expectation of rewards. Do your worldly duties in the same spirit. Work is worship dedicated to God. So this, and when young people have approached this point for Swamiji's for Chitta Suddhi, heart culture, Swamiji says, go to the hospital, clean the bedpan of patients. Because Swami Sivananda, during his tapasya period in Swargashram, Swamiji was in inborn service, served everybody. including his own disciples also. But he instruct the young sadhaks to go for the self-service activities and lower his ego, tame the mind, go to the patients, clean their bedpans. This is the first heart culture Swami is saying. Second one, he says, go give 2 to 10% of your income in charity every month. Share what have you have with others. Let the world be your family. Remove selflessness. Give, give, and give. This is the secret to abundance, says Swami Sivananda. Give, give, and give. This is the secret to abundance. Spend, spend, and spend for others, not for yourself. You will send, send, and send. This is Swami Sivananda. So Swami Sivananda, many times people call him as Swami Jivananda also, because when the ashram is going in depths, Swamiji is publishing books and distributing to all without any charge. And the couriers are going without any charge. So next point comes the be humble and prostrate yourself to all beings mentally. Feel the divine presence everywhere. Give up vanity, pride, and hypocrisy. Yesterday I have discussed when Swamiji is going with the food like a hot meal for the elderly sadhus and those who are sick in Rishikesh in the Swargashram side period. So the young students have joined to Swami Sivananda that time. So Swami Sivananda is telling, do pranam to these elderly sadhus. The young people, they don't know how to do pranam. So Swami Sivananda falls flat on the ground in front of the sadhu and showing this is the way you should prostrate. And Venkatesananda writes, when Shivananda Swamiji fall flat on the ground, such a tall, white, and big figure, it seems that the Himalaya is falling flat. So like this, also in the envelope notes, Swamiji writes, do namaskar to others first. Generally, we see the interaction in the society of others. He's a dignified person. I go, let him do more. No, he says, to even your own disciples, he prostrated first. Anybody interacting, starting from a child to the elderly one, greet him first, say Hari Om, Namo Narayan, good morning, or Suprabhatam. So be humble, prostrate yourself to all beings mentally. Why? Feeling the presence of the God. Ishvara sarvabhutanam pradesartina tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutane jantra rurane maya isavasyam idam sarvam. There are many verses. You can quote similar verses, but here we are discussing practice. Practice. How to practice. How to feel the presence of God everywhere in everything. So these are the points coming up. Next point, it says, have unwavering faith in God, Guru and Gita. Make a total self-surrender to God and pray this mantra. Thy will be done, O Lord, I want nothing. Submit to the divine will in all events and happenings with equanimity. These are coming under heart culture. And the next one, see God in all beings, we have discussed. Then the last but not least, remember God at all times, or at least on rising from bed, during a pause in work, and before going to bed. Keep a mala in your pocket. Constant, continuous remembrance of God is the ringing note of all scriptures, all illumined masters. How to put it, what method you will apply, you decide. But wherever you are, whatever field you have been there or anywhere, constant, continuous remembrance of God. Jo mang smarati nitya saha, tasyaham sulabha partha nitya juktasya yogi. Continuous, constant remembrance of God. So there are many methods. Swamiji here writes, gives an example of keeping a Sumiran mala in the hand, which will remind you for remembrance. However, all are into digital world. You can keep your watch or a flip alarm, which will ring in every 1 hour or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, tung tung sound. Then you be little cautious. But in the long run, in the long practices, even if you are speaking, talking, working, this remembrance will come with 2 methods. One method is sadhana to japa and meditation, or suddha. Suddha means systematic suddha, not just like reading a novel type book and leaving it then and there. No. In a very systematic way, just like one person does a very systematically called Srimad Bhagavatam Parayana, Ramacharita Nabarna Parayana, lightening a lamp and not allowing any others to enter to the prayer room or puja room. So this effect of meditation, sitting in the place, continuous japa also there, Then combining the presence of God, putting the mind all the time to the Namasmarana, it will give ultimately the experience. And these are the techniques Swami is directly putting in his instructions in Shapta Sadhana Vidya, Science of Seven Cultures, and where Swami Maharaj Gurudev writes, keep a mala in your pocket, because you feel like not putting a mala, you are working in the field or office, you keep a ringing tone in your watch, phone, which will bleep every 15 minutes or half an hour. If your mind is outward, it will be drawn in. There are some organizations, 1 hourly, they will just put a siren and everybody stands still for 1 second, for 1 minute. So next, Swamiji writes about the psychic culture. Psychic culture, study one chapter or 10 to 25 verses of Bhagavad Gita with meaning. Learn Sanskrit at least sufficient to understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the psychic culture, Swamiji gives importance to Bhagavad Gita. Next point, he says, memorize Gita. Gradually keep Gita always with you in your pocket. Then the next point, read the Ramayana, Bhagavata, the Upanishad, Yogavasishta, or honor regular books daily or on holidays. Attend religious meetings, kirtan, satsang, satsang at every opportunity. Organize such functions on Sundays or holidays. Next point, he says, visit a temple or place of worship at least once a week or arrange to hold kirtans or discourses there. Spend holidays and leap-years when possible in the company of saints or practice sadhana at holy places in seclusion. All saints advise the same. Everybody says, I don't have time, my environment is bad. Swamiji says, your environment is not bad, your mind is bad. You are not able to rise above your mind. That is why you complain about your environments. Your environment is not bad. Whatever you are inside, the inside thing is taking the form of outside environment. You turn inward and environment will transform. Then Swamiji writes about the spiritual culture, which is the seventh section on this. And it is a direct instructions, as it goes like to 20 spiritual instructions. Number 1, it says, go to bed early. Get up at 4 o'clock, answer the calls of nature, clean your mouth and take a bath. Then recite some prayers, kirtan dhwanis, practice pranayam for some time, and sit in japa and meditation from 5 to 6 a.m. Sit on Padma Siddha or Sukhasana throughout without movement by gradual practice. Perform daily Sandhya, Gayatri, Japa, Nitya Karma and worship. Write your favorite mantra, name of God, in a notebook for 10 to 30 minutes every day. Sing the name of God. Prayer, Stotra, Bhajans for half an hour at night with family and friends. So here the first one, and with the other points, Swamiji highlights again on the same Brahma Muhurta, the first instruction in the spiritual culture. So how to get up early? There are few techniques, and many of the seekers, they ask me the same question. So I am just delivering the same to you, what Swamiji has mentioned in many of his books, the health and hygiene, sadhana, other places. Go to bed early. How to go to bed early? Take the dinner before sunset. Option 1. Option 2, take the dinner before 7 p.m. Option 3, take the dinner before 8 p.m. last. Never after that. Try to sleep by 10. Naturally, give an instruction to your subconscious mind. It will wake you at 4. If your health is not good, if your system is not like that accustomed, try to get up at 5. Not 5, even 5:30. Again and again, we all pressurize on the same point. Awake in the Brahma Muhurta, you will have tremendous energy. You might have done some sadhana in the evening time, daytime, other time, but sadhana done before sunrise with a sincere mind, not like you wake up because everybody is waking up, I have to wake up, and while I sit, sit for meditation, I do it down. No, this is not the way. With scientifically, sincerely, full of enthusiasm, eagerness, then sit down for whatever practices you prefer. Then it will be a result. Otherwise, mechanical things will give you some benefit, of course, but will not give you the desired result as we have been getting instruction for the illumined masters. So the technique is how to wake up before early. So 4 o'clock you are not able to do. Doesn't matter 5 o'clock, not 5:30, not 6 o'clock. Never ever sleep during sunrise. Try to wake up before sunrise. If your health and the circumstances doesn't allow for a bath, enjoy the sunrise in your balcony or the rooftop or anywhere you are there. But at any cost, try to wake up before sunrise. And these are instructions for God relation, for illumination, for the highest attainment. Swamiji hammerages on this point of waking up at 4 a.m. Because of the vast majority of people, though admitted like colleges, they say, I have a guru, I know this, that, but do not practice. To them only I say, okay, you are not able to do it 5. Okay, you are not able to do it 5:30. Oh, no, it's okay. No, I'm very old. Then 6. Never sleep. You check your time zone, what time sun rises. Never sleep that time. If you are sleeping, no problem. You are losing yourself. So many the things which you have been finding getting not solved, your unsolved queries will be solved mysteriously in the Brahma Murta time. I used to remember my father guided me. This mathematics is not getting solved. He says, go down, sleep. Morning time, work on it. And I saw mathematics is getting solved. It is not only my experience. Many of you have done this also in your life. So doesn't matter if the 2022 year till this date of December, I have been sleeping till sun rises at 8 a.m. Tomorrow I will wake up at 5:30 or 5 a.m. at least and see and connect with me to Sridhar and see the miracle will take place in your life. And again, what I said, I'm repeating now. This habit, if you look into the most successful people in the whole world with the powerful habits, and one habit is waking up early. Whether any successful men and women in the world you see, they have got habit patterns. And one powerful, most important habit pattern is waking up early. On these subjects, Swami Sivananda Saraswati ji giving separate sessions on this, how to meditate, or what are the time zones, etc. But however, here on spiritual culture, Swamiji give more emphasis on the first instruction, get up at 4 a.m. So if you are not getting up at 4 a.m., you try to get up at 5 a.m. or 5:30 or 6, but try to get up before sunrise and see the miracle. Then, just like everybody has told me to sit down and meditate, don't do that. If you are feeling dizziness, feeling a little awkward, then do some few 20-30 rounds of pranayama, do some danda baita, where drowsiness will go. Chant omkara, dirgha pranava for a long time, and that time the drowsiness will go. Then you can peacefully sit and meditate. Otherwise, people all everywhere is thinking this person is pretending to meditate or meditating. The result is not coming because you are in deep tamas. So any field of religion or anywhere else, any religion you go, early morning has got much importance, and all religions prescribe this. So if the whole year has gone, so try from tomorrow, sleep early, have the dinner before time, and wake up early, and see the change will take place in your lives. Then the continuous instruction for daily Sandhya, Gayatri Japa, write notebook, sing the name of God. Then the last instruction, the spiritual culture, the last instructions, which combines itself as the 32 instruction, make annual resolves on the above lines. Above lines means the 7 cultures, what we discussed now. On this, take annual resolves. Regularity, tenacity, and fixity are essential. Record your sadhana in a spiritual diary, review it every month, and correct your failures. If you have a guru or a teacher or somebody guide to you, you can send a mail, get it corrected. And there are many disciples, direct disciples of Swami Sivananda Maharaj, those who are still alive. They used to send the monthly, this called spiritual diary to Swami Sivananda. And in 7 days time, Swami used to rectify it, correct it, and send it. Your Yogasana is very nice. I am very happy to see your tremendous progress in Sirsasana, which you are not able to do. And please increase your period of meditation. It has been only 5 minutes, add 5 minutes extra. This type instructions Swamiji instructed to their disciples all over the world. And that time, no email, nothing, only through the envelope and postcards. So again, these are all one big talk sessions on spiritual diary, annual result forms. Anything you put result form by Swami Sivananda, it will come. You can download from the internet. So these are the essential teachings of the 300 books what Swami Sivananda has put forth in this Science of 7 Cultures. Science of 7 Cultures. And the other one is called the 20 spiritual instructions, science of 7 cultures, looking into the physical body, the mind, the ethics, and the psychic culture, spiritual culture, everything has Swamiji combined. And in the first instruction, Swamiji put a important note, and it says, this is not for called only the monks or the sadhus or the full-timers sitting in some ashram or the secluded place, but these are called busy householders with fixed working hours, and you can little change and flexible. So somebody asked a question, okay, I am doing a night shift, how shall I wake up at 4 a.m.? So Swami Chidananda replied to him, you need not wake up at 4 a.m. because you are a security guard, you are doing some night duty in some other places. So for you, you take rest, and the time when you wake up, 6 to 7 to 8 hours you can sleep, that becomes for you the wake up time and doing the sadhana. So these are standard instructions. And the 20 spiritual Shivananda fraternity, they all aware of all these instructions. And the 20 plus instruction, the first instruction same comes as get up at 4. The second one is asanas, yogasanas, Swamiji highlights. The third one for the continuous japa for sometime like 45 minutes or 1 hour. Then fourth one is dietetic discipline on the same food. And the fifth is meditation. Meditation means when Swami says meditation, he doesn't say about a yogasana or just padmasana, siddhasana. He says sit in meditation without shaking of the body for a certain time, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes as per your capacity. And there is also meditation book separately, Saguna Dhyana meditation or Niguna Dhyana meditation or meditation according to your suitability. Then the sixth one says Swadhyaya, study systematically in holy book or the scriptures you like. Elevate the mind. Elevate the mind means be with the surrounding and the people, those who elevate, those who infuse your mind with the positivity, those who do not inject you, negativity or the other thought processes, and thereby therefore polluting your mindset. So be with the people, those who can take you to higher spiritual dimension and elevating the mind. Swamiji gives the point of chanting some verses and reading some Bhagavad Gita, etc., etc. Then comes the purity, power of brahmacharya. Then comes charity. Then satsanga, then fasting on Ekadashi, then Japamala. Again, Swamiji writes about the Japamala. So I have already explained, if you are very modern all the time, here and there, you feel not like putting a Sumiran Mala in your hand, you put an indicator in your mobile phone because you are all the time with the mobile phone. However, the most of the time, Swamiji have mentioned everything. Had Swamiji been here, he would have mentioned the internet, WhatsApp, mobile phone, etc. So mobile also, MOBILE, mobile phone, full form is Maya operating beautifully, internationally, locally, everywhere. MOBILE. Maya operating beautifully, internationally, locally, everywhere. So such is the impact of mobile nowadays. There are many international seminars happening, de-addiction from mobile and internet. So if you are a prey to such addictions, contact to the Indica, and we will have separate sessions for de-addiction on this. Then the 13th point on the 20 spiritual instructions, Swami says, observe mauna, then discipline of speech, then the be content. Wherever God has given you, whatever God has given you, due to your prarabdha karma, you have got all these things. Be happy in that. However, do purushartha. Always do purushartha. Then 16th point, practice love. 17th, be self-restraint. 18th, have self-analysis. Do your duty. Then the last and not the least, again, she comes to the conclusion point, remember God. Then he gives a note, footnote there. So footnote, Swami Chidananda Saraswati says, you should read it fast. So 20 spiritual instructions, when 20 instructions are complete, there is a last footnote. Chidananda Swamiji, when gives a commentary with a book, there is a book volume, very nice book on 20 spiritual instructions. It's a detailed commentary by Swami Chidananda Saraswati, daily regular meditation talks in the Samadhi shrine. It has come in the form of a book called 20 Spiritual Instructions, interpretation by Swami Chidananda Saraswati. And here Chidananda Swami says, this footnote, you should read it fast. So what is that footnote? I am reading for you. This is the essence of all spiritual sadhana. It will lead you to liberation. All these spiritual canons must be rigidly observed. You must not give any leniency to the mind. So Siddhanta Swamiji says in his interpretation for Swamiji's 20 spiritual instructions, read this instruction fast, and the quick method to rejuvenate, to go back to your own source, or if there is anything which is disturbing you mentally, that okay, these are the things I'm supposed to do and I am not able to do, then I will request you only go through one instruction fast, and that is the first instruction: get up at 4 a.m. Swamiji has mentioned, but I say get up before sunrise. You go through with this single habit installation, and you will find naturally, automatically, you have installed few more good habits in a week's time. So these are the teachings of Swami Sivanandaji Maharaj. Of 300 plus publications, he is directly training to the brahmacharis and sannyas in the ashrams as well as grihasthas. And there are more powerful grihastha disciples in different countries and different states in India, who has become the backbone of supporting the entire organization. You know, the Pananal set is a grihastha, but Swamiji says, I love you so much. You are so dear to me. Their contributions, not only here, Pananal said, there are so many other householders, those who led a pure grihastha life and reached to the state where Swamiji aspired for each and every human being. So this world of Swami Sivananda, the fraternity of Swami Sivananda, is not only restricted to the few dozens of the disciples who are spread across all over the world, what Swamiji said, but Swamiji is an universal figure. He is a world citizen. Every nook and for him, there is no caste, color, religion, or creed. He is love for the whole mankind. He is established in the eternal truth and the message of the Shrutis, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world and one family. To that center of Rishikesh, we offer our obeisance and thank you, Indika Mukura, for organizing this event. And any questions, we are welcome here for any questions. Sir, are you there? Any questions you can ask me, please?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yeah, please.
Swamiji, there is one question. What are the main instructions of Swamiji for young people in the modern world?
There is a book for youth and students. It is called The Student Success in Life. Student Success in Life, and for the mind concentration, Swamiji has this other book which we have discussed yesterday, Practice of Brahmacharya. And to the youth, Swamiji's instruction is India first, world next, yourself, myself last. So the eternal Sanatana Dharma, the religion without any its origin or without naming someone, it is Sanatana. For these younger people, Swamiji says, you are all the children of immortality, Amritasya Putra. So your only aim and object of this life is to realize your own self, realize your own true identity, and synchronize your values with the society nearby and ultimately to the country and to the world at large.
Thank you, sir.
There is also another publication, the National Code of Conduct, National Code of Conducts for the citizens of India. So, of course, it has been compiled by Swami Sivananda Saraswati, but all the points have been taken from the teachings from Swami Sivananda. So you can also Google it out. You can also find it out. This is known as National Code of Conduct for the citizens of India, and especially all youth should at least have a copy of this.
National Code of
Conduct
Okay.
for the citizens of India. You
Wonderful.
can Google it out. It will come.
Thank you, Swamiji. One more question. What are the teachings to be ready for New Year, new challenges?
New Year, new challenges. So challenges are not outside. Challenges are inside. When you make the challenges inside, you handle the challenges inside, then outward challenges slowly diminishes. You look into the greatest philosophers of the world; they have the same message. The so many things are happening in the world because of the imbalance of the happening inside the individuals. The problem is inside, in some form or other, it is taking an outer form. So challenges are not outside, it is inside. The more and more we go in drawn, challenge our own self, look into our own mind, be established on own Swarupa, outer things will settle by itself.
Wonderful, Swamiji. Thank you. Swamiji, you also said you will share a little about the experience with former President, late APJ Abdul Kalam.
So I have already explained in the past round. That time I have explained how he came and interacted with Swami Sivananda with the inspiration. I have also quoted from Wings of Fire book.
Wings of Fire, yes.
Wings of Fire book. So I have given those.
Thank you, Swamiji. Swamiji, you also said we will do a meditation.
Yeah, but I cannot see the audience now. I don't know how many audience are there. And if there is no direct interaction facility, but we can go for a silence meditation. We can sit down for a few minutes.
Yes.
Sit wherever you are. Gently take a position, whatever you like the best, without any uneasiness, without any disturbance in any part of your body. Doesn't matter whether you're in a sofa or a chair or in your bed or in a garden or rooftop or anywhere. Take a position as per your own comfortability and suitability and stick to that position. Keep your eyes gently closed. It may take 60 seconds or 100 seconds. So take the position fast. Keep the body completely erect, head, neck, and backbone in a straight line. Sit relaxed. Don't think I will get God or something, concentration on some Ishtadevata or something, or chanting of something. Do not do anything. Gently close your eyes, sit down, calm, composed, and relaxed. Once you take up the position now, wherever you are sitting, in whatever position, as per your suitability and comfortability, once you decide that position, you take time. You may take 50 seconds, 60 seconds, 1 minute, or 2 minutes. Once you take the position, do not shake your physical body, even if the flies or mosquitoes are touching you. Head, neck, and backbone in a straight line. Eyes are gently closed. Do not chant any mantra. Do not focus your mind on your any Ishtadevata or whatever the format you have been practicing to any institution, organization, or your guru. Just simply sit relaxed, keeping your body unshakable like a rock, allowing the all thought processes to come as and when they appear and leave as and when they disappear. No chanting, no focusing on any Ishtadevata or anything. Simply sit down. Instructions are very clear. Take your time for a posture. Posture also not forcibly Padmasana or Siddhasana. No, any posture you like. The happy position, Sukha position, Sukha Purvaka, whatever you take the position, take it up Once you take it up, do not shake here and there. And do not keep your eyes closed, open. Keep your eyes closed. At the same time, be attentive, keeping your spinal column, the backbone completely erect. Head, neck, and backbone in a straight line. Eyes gently closed. Allow all thoughts to come. When they come, welcome. When they leave, just say bye-bye. No chanting, no focusing on any Ishtadevata, no guru, nothing. Simply sit down and relax. This is, I'm just giving you a 5 minutes guided meditation. This is not a very deep of meditation, but this is definitely introduction to meditation. So this 5-7 minute session will have introduction to meditation. Sit calm, composed, relaxed with the posture you have taken up. Keep the head, backbone, and neck erect. Eyes gently closed. Now breathe normally and naturally. Do not force anything. So the moment eyes are closed, different thoughts will arise. Allow all thoughts to come. Doesn't matter what type of thoughts are coming, whether divine, whether demonic, whether imaginary, whether fearful, whether planning, scheming, whether some past incidents or some future planning or your work, etc. Anything, family, home, business, spirituality, anything coming. Allow all thoughts to come. When they come, welcome them. They will also leave, say just bye-bye. Aane se welcome, jaane se bhid come. With this, allow all thoughts to come whenever they appear. Allow them to leave whenever they disappear. Make sure that you do not shake your physical body. If you shake your physical body, this method will not work. Do not shake. Take the position and just try. This is a thing I'm just telling you. You might have done many meditation methods, but just try for 5 minutes every day wherever you are. 5 minutes, 300 seconds. Once you take up the position, you should not shake the body. Allow all types of thoughts to come and go whenever they are. Eyes gently closed. Breathe naturally. Sit down, calm and relaxed. Allow thought process to work. Do not force your mind for any mantra or any Ishtadevata or Guru chanting, etc. If it is by chance happening, it's okay. But do not knowingly put them this. So just sit calm, relaxed, keeping the body unshakable like a rock. And allow all thoughts to come and go as and when they are. So there might be some noise in the neighboring room. There might be some plane moving, car moving, or the bicycle running, or the children noise, or some other person in the other room. So just listen, let things move on. But do not shake the body. Do not shake your physical body. It should be absolutely erect, unshakable. Keep it very calm. This is a very, very powerful method of concentration. And this I take up as in my sessions as introduction to meditation. Just to explain you, this is the example often taken. It's a bucket of water, and I have placed a flower rose on the surface of the water. I'm shaking the bucket all the time, and the flower is getting soaked also, because the water is inside the bucket also getting soaked, and so also the rose or the flower on the top of the water. Now I keep the bucket still, so the water becomes still, and so rose becomes still. The physical body represents the bucket, the prana shakti, the life force, the breathing system, and the subtle force of life force. When the body is erect, calm, and composed, life force also becomes stable and composed. And the subtlest part of this life force is the mind. the rose on the surface of the water also stabilizes. So this is the introduction to meditation. Practice this for 600 seconds, 5 minutes, 300 seconds, 300 seconds, 5 minutes every day, morning and evening. Successfully completed it for at least 3 months. Then I will tell you the next level of meditation. And same, keeping the body same, when at least 3 months over and one day you have not stopped, one day it has not been broken up, you have not discontinued, then we will go for the next level. However, in this session also, you can add Dirgha Pranava, louder, longer chanting as per your breathing capacity or system can do. Do it much louder and longer so that your neighbor in the upper part of the building can hear it. It should be so much loud and longer, and do it at least for 11 times or 21 times or 27 times or 30 times. And you will see how mind is calm and composed very quickly. And those who practice meditation, they will go intense. Continue this practice. And if you are successful for 3 months, 180 days at least, then we can go for the next level. This is just introduction to meditation. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and protestations unto thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Thou art Sachidananda, the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger, hatred, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember thee. Let us ever sing thy glories. Let thy sacred name be ever upon our lips. Let us abide in thee forever and ever. Let us abide in thee forever and ever. This is the universal prayer. You can conclude your meditation or whatever you like. You can chant whatever stotras you have got it by heart. Then suddenly don't jump here and there. Don't switch on the TV or go to the dining table. Relax for some time. Keep your eyes gently open. Look out the surrounding. Analyze your state of mind. It is just 3 to 4 minutes now. What is its impact upon your physical body, mental, and around the surroundings? Then fix up a timing for such meditation. If it is 6 p.m., stick to 6 p.m. If it is morning 5:30 a.m., stick to 5:30 a.m. Then the method works out and deliver you good result.
Wonderful, Swamiji. Thank you so much. It was a very, very lovely series of talks on Swami Sivanandaji, and lot of works that you have shared has truly inspired me, and I'm very sure the seekers who joined us for these talks also would have been benefited immensely. I have started reading some of the books that you have suggested, and I must say I'm very, very grateful to you, Swamiji, for sharing all this with us. Thank you so much. And any closing remarks by you, Swamiji?
No, it's okay. So as I have already mentioned, any topic on anything you want to know, the Swami Sivananda's literature is so vast. People are doing research and PhD on Swami Sivananda's works. So now, because of the digital world, it has been so easy. Any questions you want to ask, you put that question and put by Swami Sivananda. You will get answers. I forgot to mention another book. The book name is May I Answer That? A book is a big volume book with a series of questions and answers. So 300 books list I am not able to give you, but you can Google it down. You can see the website of the Himalaya Society and the DLS HQ. You will see the list of books by Swami Sivananda and all in digital format. You can download. There are 3 downloads also. So anything you want for your spiritual growth or anything, not only for your health hygiene, also for a relationship or anything, just put by Swami Sivananda and the article will come. You will see.
Wonderful.
And thank you, Sridharji, and for organizing this session. I am also very happy. And I also, as those who are interested for communicating through you, they can communicate with me. We conduct regular sessions and in different parts. And I take more interest on the youth students. So those who are interested, they can join. My sessions are all free. We don't charge anything.
Wonderful, Swamiji. Shall we conclude with that? Yes.
Om Namah Shivanandaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niranambaya Tejase. Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sivanandaya. Jasyantarnadi madhyam nahi karacharanam namagotram nasutram nadati naiva varnam navavati purusho na napumsam na chastri nakaram na vikaram nahi janimaranam nasti punyam na papam na tattvam tattvamekam sahaja samarasham sadgurum tam namah. सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर् भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिः भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. He Prabhu Ananda Data Jnana Hamko Dijiye. He Prabhu Ananda Data Jnana Hamko Dijiye. शीघ्र सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए, लीजिए हमको शरण में, लीजिए हमको शरण में, हम सदाचारी बने, ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्षक सत्य व्रत धारी बने, वीर व्रत धारी बने। प्रेम से हम गुरुजनों की नित्य ही सेवा करें, सत्य बोले झूठ त्यागे, मेल आपस में करे। निंदा किसी की हम किसी से, निंदा किसी की हम किसी से, भूल कर भी ना करे। दिव्य जीवन हो हमारे, तेरे जश गाया करे। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, भक्ति हमको दीजिए, शरण में हमको लीजिए। हरि ओम तत्सत। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Swamiji. Hari Om.